Hey friends, welcome to One Little Coder and ML Tech News. Today we are going to see about TuneIt. This is a web application that is built using Python. So this has been open sourced by Korean Benoit. So currently this web application has not been hosted or deployed, but you can actually try it out yourself. The screenshots would explain you what it does. So you just have to basically upload your picture and then it is going to give you a cartoonized picture. So you can see some examples here. So how the cartoonized picture look like to give you a sense of behind the scenes, or if you want to replicate it, what you can simply do is you can just simply download this repo and then you can just simply install the requirements, this requirements.txt, and then you just have to run the main.py file that will initiate a local web app instance on your local host, and then you just have to open it and then you could access the web app. So this web app is basically built using TensorFlow, Flask, and HTML. And with TensorFlow, they are actually using this papers implementation, which is learning to cartoonize using white box cartoon representations. You can have a look at this paper, or there was a very good coverage about this paper on 2 minutes paper YouTube website, so which is also something that you can check it. So we will, as you know, we will link all these links just below the like button, and if you enjoy this video, please subscribe to the channel. The second thing is a concern about GPT-3. So Rachel Tutman is a researcher working with Rasa, which is a NLP based conversational AI bot creation platform. So the main thing that you could see from this tweet is that people have started using GPT-3, or people have started implying or conveying the message that GPT-3 could answer medical questions with reasoning and underlying knowledge. And that is something we shouldn't do. That is what this tweet advocates, because it people still do not know what is under the hood. And if you start believing that GPT-3 could answer medical question and someone would take its advice just out of box, and if there is an implication, now who do you sue? So you don't have any of these issues that so this thread is also an informative thread where you can understand what kind of discussions people have. So it's a very good thread, and it's very important for people like us who work in machine learning and artificial intelligence to convey this message that you cannot just take any machine learning solution or artificial intelligence solution out of box and then start putting it to start using it into like situations where you could have like really bad implications. So this is something that you should actually go through, especially given the amount of hype that GPT-3 is really awesome, but it's not answer for everything, at least at this point, because it's just an API that OpenAI has exposed. So you don't know like what is the issues that you would face when you productionize it, what kind of issues it can bring it up. So this is something for us to remember. The next thing is not necessarily about machine learning, but an important and also very good news, which is Google is Google has almost built a seismic detector, earthquake detection, using your Android phone. So basically, what you need is you need to install a ground of seismometers in different locations. So that would collect the information when there is an earthquake, and then that would probably indicate people. But as you know, this system is probably it's going to be slow, and this system is going to be also too much of expense. Like it's going to have a lot of capex, like capital expense. But on the other hand, what you have is like almost everyone has a smartphone, and especially Android is there available. Android has the major market share. So what Google has done is, you can actually see in this particular paragraph, I could zoom it in. So what Google has done is, Google has used the tiny accelerometers within the smartphone. So almost all these smartphones these days have accelerometer to detect which side your phone is on, whether you have put it inside pocket, so to detect all these things, right? So Google has leveraged this accelerometer that can send signals indicating when there is an earthquake. So if the phone detects something that could be an earthquake, so it could send a signal to the earthquake detection server, which what could do is combine the information coming from similar localities to identify that there is actually an earthquake, and then it can transfer the information to a government body, or actually push notification to people, so that we all can we get a little bit of more delta to become safer. And as you can see, they're saying that the information could travel in the speed of light, because that's the transmission that they're using. And you could also see some example how they're showing that if you use Google and then start looking up for a earthquake or earthquake near me, so it can actually say that, show you if there is an earthquake, or if you want to register an earthquake. So you could read this blog post, which is also something that we would link. So Google has not explained how they have done it, but you can actually see definitely there should be some machine learning to avoid false positives. That is something that we can guess, but it is not available in the blog post. I hope Google would let us know how they are doing it, because a normal accelerometer, if I'm going in a car and then if I'm making a sudden brake, still the accelerometer could mistake it for earthquake. But Google must have definitely accounted this for in their quality assurance testing. So what kind of machine learning technique that they have used in this thing should be interesting for us to know. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section, and if you really like this video, please share it with your friends and ask them to subscribe. Thank you so much.